Hey, hello everybody. We are back with more Genshin Impact. I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs, but it's acting a little bit weird today, so try to get my way through this. Do some does this do? Try and see something. If the eye is better. Testing. Testing. Testing volume. Testing. So that did not work. It's just some sound. I guess sure it's not blasting or anything. Testing volume. Testing volume. So try and adjust it so I don't sound so muddy, but can just deal with it. Okay, we are back with Genshin Impact. So continue this.
The damned will sooner die again than lay a
Thank you,
hand on me.
Zhao. When we go to Aramite's hideout. Yeah, teleport waypoint here, so I get it. Over and right there. So these are the Aramites. Sorry about the way it sound.
Raman, we're here.
Everything's been arranged. Someone will bring the village keepers back to Aru village shortly.
I guess all I can say now is thanks for agreeing to help. I guess all I can say agreeing to help.
I'm gonna adjust the gain on the game. See if this makes it any better. Let's see what we can do. So what I need. Try and adjust stuff. What does this do? So, okay, so is this any better? Yeah, it's sound now. Yeah, it's sound now. Testing. Yeah, it's sound now. Testing. Volume check. Volume check. Bit better. So let's continue. Okay, so sorry about that. So see if we can get volume check. Volume check. Okay, so that sounds a bit better. So here we go. Continue. Apologize about my.
Don't mention it. I think we can both agree you went to hell and back for it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, we're allies.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them. Follow me.
Okay, so he's on. Really?
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Gotta drink water.
There's no need to yell. No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find
Sorry,
you.
swallowed wrong.
That's right.
General Mahamatra? No, no.
Oh boy.
Please, swift and painless.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on Sino, they turned pale like they've seen a ghost.
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking
What's
about,
going
right?
on?
There's no way we could have done all this by ourselves.
Sorry about that.
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Please have mercy.
Start talking. Otherwise, I'll have to resort to other methods.
Oh
So,
boy.
your superiors have kept you quite busy recently. Why? What are they trying to accomplish?
They, wanted to
Let me
extract
be right
canned
back.
knowledge.
Don't play dumb.
Let this play.
You know what I'm really asking. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I really don't know how to explain it.
Well, you better start talking or you'll be sorry.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
Yeah, I have returned. So, let's continue this. Okay, so what's that? Sorry. May I ask them a question?
Be my guest.
Really? Sorry. Okay, so don't know what's going on here, but it's not working right. Some technical problems. Sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru. It may seem
Excuse
as
me.
if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, scholarly breakthroughs have been few and far between. The withering of
streaming.
Burning Soul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities.
No, we're
The
having
Doctor was
problems.
previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, everyone's expression changed. He asked them, "Do you wish to create a god?"
This is what the arrogant ignorance at the extreme end of academia looks like.
So,
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Sebzerus Festival Samsara, maximizing the Akasha's output. With the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency, they were able to use it to extract the power from the Gnosis and convert it into a divine core. Next, they decided that their new god needed to possess divine wisdom. For that to happen, they needed a huge quantity of divine canned knowledge.
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extracted is of divine origin?
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the scholar's madness for centuries, but to no avail. Nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you can see what that
So-
implies, Scribe Alhaitham. If it's knowledge no
There we
mortal
go.
can comprehend,
Should have fixed it.
it must be something only gods are able to decipher. In other words, it's the source of the God of Wisdom's omniscience and omnipotence.
It will be the Balladeer.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It's the ability to exercise control over knowledge and wisdom that matters. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for omniscience and omnipotence that burns in their blood. Some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom. This is but a form of phototaxis. For many scholars, the absence of a god of wisdom means stumbling in the darkness for the duration of their lives.
Then what does Lesser Lord Kusanali mean to you? Is she not a true god present in this world? If you already have a new god, why try to create another one?
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god. When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
Excuse me.
Upon evaluation, they found that at the time she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Ruka Devata had indeed passed away. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom. Slowly but surely, people began to forget about her existence.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
Even now, they still to refuse to acknowledge Lesser Lord Kusanali. Never imagined a god could be subjected to such cruelty.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. If everyone's in a bad mood, then let's change up our scenery. Raman, give me a few men to help us escort the village keepers back to the village. And these two.
Sure, as you
What happened
wish.
to the voice acting? Okay, so now we need to go back to the village chief's house, which is 120 meters this way. What? Just teleport there. So, here we are.
The village keepers you found have all been returned to their homes, and each one has a dedicated caregiver to look after them. The two new scholars are being kept under close supervision, too. Really great work, everyone.
The atmosphere is so heavy.
It's hard to not feel weighed down by, despite everything Lesser Lord Kusanali. Sorry, I can't read.
Hey, say
It's
something!
going so fast.
Let us check it out!
Come on, is there nothing left to talk about? In that case, let's all get some water and try to think about something else.
True.
Or I can go fetch some snacks.
Oh, Paimon's
Oh boy,
so
here we go.
hungry.
Do you have any plans, traveler?
Gods above, you're not talking about work, are you?
Want to share everything and know with all of you.
So you were still withholding some information?
Yes, I'm sorry, I had my reasons. Okay, so
Even though we lived through all of this firsthand, it still feels super surreal to hear you talk about it again.
it's everything we experienced so far in Sumeru.
What a whirlwind of a story. I felt like I was holding my breath the whole time.
It seems like there will be more issues to face in the days ahead than I'd anticipated.
Still, now's a good time to make our next move. Now that Ramon's joined us, we'll be an even stronger team.
It's time to make a plan.
Indeed. These events are a flagrant transgression of the rules in every sense. We cannot allow it to continue.
So, everyone, are we on the same page?
Crush the sages and rescue our god. That is our ultimate goal.
I will do my utmost.
Well, let's brainstorm a little more about what other resources we can draw on.
The next time we gather here, we must have a solid plan.
Yep, it'll work out for sure.
Okay, so we can continue. So we complete that quest. So now we need to leave. Do that. Okay, so go do. Let's go back to the okay, so where's the this? Do this and get over with. Yes, no one need to talk to Catherine. Sorry, this sounds a little bit muddy. And Astra asked me, Abby's like, whatever. Welcome to the adventures. Hi, Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Want to take commissions. We lead that quest. So I mean we have quest in Sumeru. Yep. So where is the what? Go to map. To you. So where's my Streamlabs? Supposed to talk to bombing. If I find that quest. Yeah, there it is. So
Oh, you're here early. I just ordered. The food should be out in a second. Sit down, sit down.
Let's all take a seat.
Here, hand me your cups.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, you weren't
Oh,
supposed
boy.
to drink that, Paimon. That was for you to rinse your utensils.
really,
That's a thing? Wow, so much delicious food. Do you really eat all this just for breakfast?
That's just how we do it where I'm from. Most of the time, though, I don't eat lunch after dim sum.
Oh, that's good to hear. Paimon doesn't need to worry about who.
Eat! If it's not enough, we can always order more. Oh, and there's tong soy coming as well. I don't usually have that in the morning, but, well, since everyone's here, I just had to order it. What about you, traveler? Is the food to your liking? Want some more seafood kanji? Let me refill your bowl.
that'll be great. Thanks.
I was gonna take you up on that. Fill it up nice and full and
Of
make sure
course.
there's a few extra shrimp. Thanks. So full. That meal was so satisfying, it even gave Paimon some extra brain juice. Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out.
Figured what out?
Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole table full of expensive dim sum just for the three of us. Well, you must be hiding the fact that you're some young master from a rich family. That would explain why you try to keep your friends and family away from each other.
Are you confusing me with Xingqiu?
Huh?
True.
Xingqiu? You sure know a lot of people.
Well, when you're on the road as much as I am, you hear all sorts of rumors. Sometimes they're true, sometimes they're not. What it comes down to is being able to tell the difference. More often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out for yourself.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents, young Master Gaming.
Okay, enough with the teasing. Sorry to burst your bubble, Paimon, but you're wrong about my family situation.
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was onto something there.
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? It wouldn't even make sense to mention his business in the same breath as the Feiyun Commerce Guild. My dad... he always wanted me to inherit the family business. To be a merchant like him. But that's just not who I am. It's not who I ever wanted to be.
Gamin always seems so happy or carefree. This is the most serious I've ever seen him. This topic must be very important to him.
You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Tevat to see what I could do. I told him I wanted to be According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real job. Just a child's pipe dream.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing has always been the only thing I wanted to do. One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but I refused to go. We got into a huge fight. We were this close to throwing hands. In the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since.
Excuse me.
Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could speak for themselves.
Gaming.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So, I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk.
Actually, we kindly
What?
told Xianyun that we would go to her kite making.
Oh,
Are you interested in kite making, Gaming?
Oh, no, it's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
Auntie Jinyan.
That title certainly humanizes her a bit.
Oh, I know that she's an adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She's even tried, with some limited success, to change her terms of self-address or something like that. She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second.
Oh boy.
She doesn't plan on putting those on a kite, does she?
Is that not something you can do?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely. Why couldn't she tell me what she wanted them for?
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay, I'll go with you. If Auntie Xianyun wants to...
Great! The more the...
Okay, so there we go. So now we need to go to Mount, whatever that is. Let's see. Yeah, send you. Coming back.
Is there time to sneak in some dim sum first?
Okay, so we need to go to Mount wherever. Echo, Elk, whatever. Excuse me, swan wrong. So, go to the mountain. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so down there.
Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived!
Yow yow.
Hello, friends. Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Wanmin Restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. Its stimulative effects are much stronger than what can be achieved from chewing on mint leaves alone.
Asleep again.
Apologies in advance.
Wait! Shenhe? Not this?
Oh boy.
See? It worked. She's awake?
Of course.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over. Huh.
What?
Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that he... Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
True.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never. I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
Me too! I want to participate in the kite flying competition with my best friend! Plus, it's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right? Your best friend didn't come with you? Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. I'll meet up with her later and give her a huge surprise. Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo, so I thought I should come prepared.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm. I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festive city atmosphere with everyone. But Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. She always puts us before herself.
Huh.
It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Well, we're all here, but where the heck is Xianyun? Shouldn't she be here by now?
Who is it that speaks of oneself
Oh boy.
in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon! Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get it while it's still warm. Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird. Paimon always knew you were the smartest,
Oh
coolest,
boy.
and prettiest Adeptus. Someone as wonderful as you is sure to have brought enough for Paimon as well, right?
Of course.
So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. Go ahead and divide yourselves into small groups.
Okay,
The
which
materials
group are we
over
gonna
here.
get?
The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been clearly marked. Use them as you see fit. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating. Yes? Are there any questions?
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening.
I'll be the one making it anyway.
Paimon knew she could count on you, traveler.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company if you have any trouble, questions, or simply want to chat.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't...
Okay, so let's go see how construction's going. These two.
Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it right?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design, is it a finch?
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friend. But if I make it gold, it'll be more like me.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, one would advise choosing gold. When giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines your friend would much prefer a kite that reminds them of you.
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply has a way of knowing things.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna start painting it.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the
Oh,
impression
boy.
that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing.
Oh, we actually haven't started yet.
Yeah.
We're going to start, right now.
Sorry about the error. Let's talk to Gaming.
Hey, Gaming, want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate?
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. What shape should we go with? How...
Clarify symbolize that it symbolizes.
What do you
Can't
think,
speak.
Shia? Is there a particular...
I want a Swanee.
That might be a little hard to
Wani.
pull off.
True, but I still want...
Okay, so it's Ganyu and
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
I see. My apologies.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once?
Oh, boy.
more? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
Huh? Please, I told you. Just call me Ganyu.
here we go.
Well, all right. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch, with no discernible temperature. Oh, not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before. Oh, still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. Then I'll apply the oil to your...
Oh, no need. I'll just... Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional...
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimming. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go.
Now we need to make a kite, so yeah, what are we gonna make?
First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at?
Yeah, what is he laughing at? Paimon shaped kite.
Oh, that's not a completely crazy idea. If nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never get lost on your
Oh
travels.
boy.
And you always find the tastiest food and funnest things to do wherever you go. Maybe we're not exercising enough artistic...
Okay, so here we go. It's gonna look like
Now, what expression should we give her? Since
Yeah,
the
I'll
kite
be an
is going to be
expression.
flying super high in the
helping your
sky.
expression. You just let's have to see. Look guilty.
Oh, Paimon totally didn't do anything wrong. And even if she did, she doesn't deserve to get shot up in...
See what she says for each of them. You could look afraid.
It's too high! Someone save Paimon! She's about to faint! Since the
Let's see
kite
what
is-
the first choice is.
Ooh, like this? Since the kite
Okay,
is going
since
to
we
be
know
flying
what
super
everything
high in the
is,
sky.
I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So let's continue. So, see which one should we make? Let's make the guilty one.
Ooh, Paimon totally didn't do anything wrong. And even if she did,
Yep, that's the one.
now we've decided. Let's make it happen.
Is this gonna be?
It's done. Now we just have to attach the.
All right, gather around.
You see
everyone.
what this looks like?
Oh, Shinyan's calling us.
Let one take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow. It's so pretty. Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master. If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the
Thank you,
color is
Paimon.
crossing the lines.
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
Hold on.
Well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too.
And just.
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow. The disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The swan
Okay,
and
so-
shoe you made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive as it soars through the sky.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night.
See what ours look like.
It's cute too, Yao Yao. It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
What about your kite, Traveler?
Yeah, let's see what ours looks like.
Very Paimon-like indeed.
Why do you say that, Shenhe?
That one time the Traveler suspected that a piece of meat was missing from their bowl, that was the exact expression on your face.
Is that something that happened?
So it was you.
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh? Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by releasing
Okay,
a kite
so-
into one's territory without one's permission?
Oh boy.
Oh, and
Who is
to
it?
do so by making use of this crude piece of mortal machinery.
Oh, it's her.
One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer? Traveler, Paimon, could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released.
Uh-oh.
There's wind up ahead. Looks like
No.
we can glide over.
Get lower. Down.
It's right there.
We could probably land.
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Oh, it's Moon
Now
Carver.
is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread at the
Yeah,
thought.
one should.
Your concern is Miss Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded. On the subject of said
I think
kite,
she
however,
noticed.
one simply...
Still thy tongue. If Cloud
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This
Oh boy,
is
here
all
we
your
go.
fault.
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no solitary endeavor. Say something, Mountain Shaper. Surely you can think of something to appease her.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent and retire at the earliest opportunity.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the Moon Chase Festival? Sooner or later, she will discover our true identity.
Hello?
Go
Absolutely not.
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an Adeptus?
Oh, Moon
I
Carver.
truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such wanton behavior?
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... Well, and if that's all...
We finally caught up. You sure do fly fast in your illuminated bird form, Shinyan. Mooncarver? Mountain Shaper? What are you doing here?
You?
Hey.
Okay, now Paimon's getting a weird vibe. Did she say something wrong?
It is of no consequence. Long has one seen through their disguises. One was simply curious as to how long they would keep up the act.
Then you are not angry?
How could one feel anger at the sight of two old friends enjoying themselves? One is also well aware of how enticing these city novelties can be.
We were simply consumed by a fit of festive spirit. Seldom do we get the opportunity to partake in the delights of the times. However, we are far from being as adept as you in matters that require a deftness of hand. No worthy kite could be born of our own making. Thus, we could only take the convenient route, so to speak.
Your prowess in mechanics is unparalleled, Cloud Retainer. You wield the wind and waves themselves. Your singular talent stands unmatched across the land. Of this, we are well aware.
One has guests to attend to. We will... Traveler, Paimon, do try to keep up.
We're leaving already?
So we need to return. Let's just teleport there. So it's
The damned will sooner die
Thank you.
again than lay a hand on me.
thank you, Zhao. Go the other way.
They're back.
After you left, Yao Yao and Shu Yu tired themselves out playing with their kites. Gaming offered to escort them home.
Before he left, he said something that I don't quite understand.
Oh? What?
He said,
A kite is always tied down no matter how far it flies or how high it soars. Its tether prevents it from ever truly flying free. He looked quite dejected as he said this.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, Gaming did seem to have a rather strange attitude towards
Perhaps
kites.
he sees himself reflected in them.
A reflection of himself. If I were a kite, I would cherish that tether as a symbol of kinship and the bonds that tie us and...
Shenhe?
It may be an exceedingly slim and distant connection, but lose it, and you lose that which links you to home.
Oh.
If Gaming truly sees a kite as a reflection of himself, then I fear I understand his words even less.
Well, people often have different points of view depending on their mindset and experiences, right? It's actually quite
Excuse me.
normal.
Just like some people can eat spicy food, but others won't go anywhere near it?
Exactly. That's why tolerance and understanding are as important as they are.
Tolerance and understanding? What brought about this conversation? Did one miss something?
We were just chatting.
Thank you,
One is here
Paimon.
doing a bit of cooking. Night fast approaches. If you are otherwise unoccupied, one would entreat you to stay and eat before.
Oh, it's been so long.
Worry not. One has
Oh,
prepared
boy.
a variety of meat and vegetable dishes. One is more than familiar with everyone's culinary proclivities.
We'll take you up on your offer.
Shenhe,
Whoa, what's with all the secrecy? You're not trying to play favorites, are you? If you're ready to serve the food, we can help too.
Okay, so let's go to the abode entrance.
This is...
Oh, I can feel the wind brushing against my legs. This is a bit embarrassing. Is the headpiece secure? I should have asked Cloud Retainer to
How do we look?
She asked them just like
You look great.
You look pretty too, Ganyu! Oh, how should Paimon put it? You both look so elegant and refined! Those outfits really suit you both!
given that one employed the services of the best tailor in all of Liyue, one would expect nothing less. What colors have you been partial to lately, Shenhe and Ganyu?
Lately? Why is Cloud Retainer suddenly asking about what colors we like?
I like black.
One is gratified to see one's disciple has inherited one's own taste.
The color black doesn't get dirty easily.
And you got...
I favor blue
And the material is sufficiently comfortable, yes?
Yes, very. I simply cannot thank you enough, Cloud Retainer.
Thank you, ma'am.
One is content, as long as you are pleased with the gift. One hopes these garments will see much use.
Seems like your supreme cuisine machine is just getting... This golden crab's particularly good. The shell's deliciously crunchy, and the meat inside is so succulent and sweet! Paimon can't stop eating. It's a good thing Gaming isn't here, or Paimon would have to duel him for the food. You know, with chopsticks.
Be a close
He
match.
traveled all this way on account of the kite-making workshop, and he spent the whole afternoon looking after Shuyu. Oh well.
It's rare for someone to make such a good impression on you.
One has high standard. He appears to be a young man of much merit, and one is not the type who would see such potential squandered.
It appears that he wishes to break free from the kite
string. Huh. What strange metaphors you speak in, Shenhe.
Where do we even begin? Oh, do you know about the conflict between Gaming and...
One has only heard that the two are not on good terms.
He ran away from home and hasn't
Oh.
Oh? Ran away, you say? Oh.
Oh, okay.
What? This shall not do. Lantern Rite fast approaches. As one was contacting various tailors around Liyue, one could not help but be reminded of Minogi. He possessed a singular talent for clothing design. He had an exquisite eye, not just for fabric selection and color pairing, but also for what accessories could best accentuate a garment's over. At a gathering of Adepti, Bonanis once complained in secret to some of the ladies in attendance that the skirt However, when one asked Minogius his opinion, he remarked that the train of the skirt would serve to enhance her adeptal countenance. And later, one means to
Yeah,
say,
true.
it is a time to address problems before fate is fickle. The cruel reality of this world is that suffering and misfortune can befall any of us without.
That's nice.
Do you have any ideas, Cloud?
Perhaps adeptal arts could be of use.
Is there anything I can do to...
Combining our efforts. Aha! How about this? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yep. Oh.
What now then? I counsel.
Okay, so let's offer jewelry soup. So we need to wait till excuse me. Oh, hold on. 8 o'clock's 12. Do this. Let me go back.
It's time to carry out the plan.
Yeah, when you meet,
Let's go
work.
find Gaming. Hope everything goes well.
Let's go find Gaming. Excuse me. Oh, he's 81 meters away.
Hi, Gaming. Sees you've certainly got. Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the.
Ah, perfect. You're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
All right, I've got the time.
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chao
Oh.
to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's...
Here.
Uh-oh.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Fine by me.
All right, don't work too hard.
Okay, so we need to go to the location.
You're a bit quiet today, Gaming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
Hello, you must be the tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort you. Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to meet. Just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
A very important client has asked for you by name. Yet Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if—
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort.
Okay, so let's work. So teleport there. Wing Shu in. Wang Shu in or whatever.
We've been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Not happy.
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon. This place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a second?
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Oh, but...
Just let him go.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then.
Halt! Who goes there?
It appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand. Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Oh, these two.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
Ah! What do we do?
It seems as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. Leave this to me. Traveler, Paimon, take my...
No, Gaming. It's too dangerous.
This is what I do.
A thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blow.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Away! Let us away!
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great... Paimon's even seen him take down a dozen or so treasure...
But Coming, if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead.
All is going to plan.
Okay, we should be good to stop here. Yongli? Oh no, what is he doing here?
Zhongli.
Good sir, please listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
He's supposed to be here.
Bandits? Acting in broad daylight? Oh.
It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon?
Let's have figured out by now. It's
If
just
there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
cars.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise, wouldn't you?
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we
Let's
find
wonder where
ourselves
Zhongli
otherwise
was.
unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good...
So, I was wondering when Zhongli would show up.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani. Usho dancing has become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so accomplished and upright, you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formality.
Well, he's a hard worker.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that of you. I've been in the tea business for most of my life. And over the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushu dancing. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a... Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. I often regret introducing him to wushu dancing as a kid.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps...
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find their own.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite.
Sure.
Yep, yeah.
So, do you also think I
Big
fret?
pack.
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar. You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things, like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery. You never...
The blink.
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the...
Zhongli certainly has a way.
Here he is.
Oh, Gaming is back. Hey, Gaming!
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? You're...
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is there...
Well, you could...
What does that mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with... I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
Yeah, he knows.
That's how we're starting off?
Can't look me in the eye, huh?
He knows.
Listen right then.
Okay, but...
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start. Like, unless, of course, their real
Wow, you're pretty quick up.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like... In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get...
You ever consider you might be...
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
Yes.
I appreciate it, but this conflict between us has been going on, even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to... You've seen the way he talks.
It's not like that at all! Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not a... Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly... You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as...
Please talk to him.
You told us you wanted to prove yourself to your dad.
Will that even do anything?
You won't know unless you try. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
Won't hurt to try.
I'll do my best.
You are very... Despite my being in the tea industry for several...
Oh boy, here we go.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
Not like it was alcohol.
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to...
Well said. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfit...
Oh, my apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli.
It would be an honor.
We'll see you off, Zhongli. You two have a nice chat, alright?
Let's see what these two talk about. When you talk to Zhongli, they talk. Where's Zhongli at?
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
You never change, do you? Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Oh boy.
So, you're here too?
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Who.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new
I'll be
gadget?
right back.
The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable. It's just that...
He seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Who dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine. Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Who a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Ah, and is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied. This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Who tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right. I have made my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Who.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
back.
leave these two kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity.
Oh.
You might find it to
See
be
what's
an
going
enjoyable
on.
use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding
Oh,
out.
us.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hutao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was,
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
Doesn't matter. Competition's not the important thing right now.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need. Menogius was the only Yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation and design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
Sure.
It's getting late. I should go and...
How's she been, by the way?
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Xiangli. See you later.
See you next time.
Yeah, these two.
Coming.
You can...
I don't have anything to say.
Then I'll go. I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh, I can't say I support that decision. Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shinhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
No need. I'm not tired. They're gone, Master.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make. Do you remember the plan when recounting?
Yes, Master. So I'll have whatever you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just...
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some Sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety. Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash.
Oh boy.
Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe serious right now?
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, what I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other. It would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good...
You already... Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night.
The poor child. I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all.
Let's move on, shall we?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she...
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain.
Oh boy.
From dawn until
This ain't
dusk,
working out.
picking herbs to eat.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just...
Gaming, I'd like to... I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting your aunts.
Huh. I didn't know Dim...
Shh. Just think about it, okay?
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before, but I... Thank you.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. Hey you two! Paimon's sorry we...
Perfect timing, actually.
Yep, let's...
Gaming has grown.
Let's go to Liyue Harbor. Oh.
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here
Charlotte.
just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare.
Of course, of course! Please follow me.
Is this person also involved in your plan?
What do you think?
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
Over here! Yoo-hoo!
Huh? What?
She probably wants to talk about the next phase of the plan.
Let's go talk to Xinyan.
I take it that...
Don't worry, Xianyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Xianyun is really she was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanhe appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a...
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gaming?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be...
Exactly! Think of it more as an investment, as we pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontanians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in...
Oh, okay. Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more...
We can talk about such matters at a later date.
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us.
Yeah, we're all friends here. Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help, right? Just tell us about this idea.
Okay.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those
Easily go kite stall.
Welcome back! I see you returned from your trip. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that...
Oh, you should really be thanking...
And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your...
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of...
Yes. Here you go.
It doesn't feel right.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite.
All right, then. It's done. Let's get down to Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
So let's wait for the land ride to begin.
All from my time with the Crux.
Chi-Chi, we're almost there. Okay.
Come here, allow me.
The Lantern Rite is as festive as ever.
Huh? Oh, what's going on?
Did something happen? What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
What's that?
Ooh. Wow. Cool. Whoa.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
Wait, the wind.
Oh my gosh! I want a big kite like that too! Do you see that kite way out in front? It's so beautiful! Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite.
Wow. Incredible.
Gaming's performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler? Let's go find him. Oh, he's over there, talking to his dad. I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Thank you, little girl. Do you want to...
No need, no need. Matt?
Dad.
Son. I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Your performance. I've seen many wushou dances in my time, but I've got to admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time. Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. Much like this kite. You also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that in a while.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me.
Well,
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid. All right, that's everything I've got.
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
All because of you.
Now, over there. Your friends are still waiting for...
Huh? But...
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
Dad.
Go.
Okay.
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gummy. It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe go fly a kite.
He's completed it. No. Guess that's when we call on the stream. Thank you guys for